All right, Shalom, once again giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakwa Kwadash. All right, this is another quick one. All right, this is, this is like an admonition, exhortation. Or, it's just touching on, just basically, when you're coming to this truth, like, one of the main things, that gets harped on is, doing this thing, correctly. Or, as far as, like sound doctrine. Or, just like amongst like other things. Or, as far as, like the doctrine, the breakdowns. Or, you always have to make sure that, you're breaking down things. Or, and you're edifying, according to sound doctrine, according to the way you were, according to the way that you were, taught. Or, and not, deviating from it. All right, because, I was just going to bring out, one example, through the scriptures. All right, but, once again, this is a very, straight and narrow path. Or, even, Yahweh Shai said it. Or even, the angel when he was talking to, Ezra about like, the journey to the kingdom. All right, the way to the kingdom, it's a very, difficult, it's a very, precise, path. Of course, as opposed to, or, the account I'm going to bring out, which is in Leviticus, or, it has to do with, like two of the Levites, they didn't, they didn't follow like the proper, procedure, or, like the scriptures say, it'll speak for itself, but as far as, like strange fire, or, they were, in their tabernacle, or, making an offering unto the Lord. All right, but, the Lord would, not only did he, reject that offering, all right, but, both of those individuals are, were, ended up getting put to death. Or, and of course, as of now, or, if you're of the elect, of course, you have grace, if you're, in Yahweh Shai, you have grace and all that. All right, but, or, at the same time, just always keep it in mind, all right, the heaven, like, one thing, these churches and things, they, a lot of them, might teach it, or, as far as, you have evangelicals here and there that'll also bring out, all right, precepts like Revelation 3 and 15 and things like that, or, and call out, all the lukewarm churches, or, which they are, in many cases. All right, but, or, but as far as, just like the churches in general, or, a lot of those same, churches will, like teach you that you can still eat pork, this, that, and the other. Or, all these denominations pretty much, just like broke off. Or, it's just like a bunch of people, without any, guidance of the Lord. Or, just going through the scriptures and, oh, here it says that, let's base a doctrine on that. Or, one example is, the Episcopalian, or, like a branch. I think that branched off from Roman Catholicism. Or, because, their services, a lot of people, when they attend that type of service, they'll just assume they're at a Catholic church, right? Because it is very similar. Or, that just, but that word Episcopalian just means, the bishops, or, the Presbyterian denomination, or, that just means, right, presbyter just means, elder, so on and so forth. Or, they just find, one precept and, and they base a doctrine off of it. Or, without any, counsel, without accepting any type of, counsel, or, but, that's all, that's all the Lord as well, just on the left-hand side, or, just to, just to like, weed out and get rid of the people, he doesn't want. All right, but, as far as, for a lot of the people that he doesn't want, especially those, who, like, who claim to be of the volume of this book, or, there's some, judgments, and penalties. All right, so, let's get, real quick, Revelation 22. All right. Revelation 22:18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. Or once again, he's when you add on or take away. All right, those are both examples of like deviating, or deviating from let's say, or just like the volume in my car. If I like it at 5, 5 doesn't mean 4, and 5 doesn't mean 6. Or you get it. All right, that's that's how that's how the Heavenly Father, or just like operates with his word. All right, so verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. All right, so don't add on, don't take away. All right, which both of those things don't deviate. All right, don't that's why right, the apostles and everyone even us, like we have that term like going off. All right, let's say or let's say you got like I said before, like if I like my volume in my car at 5, or that 5 is a straight and narrow path. Or all right, this is 5. Now let's say 4 is over here, all right, and 6 is over there. You're supposed to be over here. What are you doing over here or over there? All right, so so now we're going to be in Leviticus, all right, 10:1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. All right, so, or that's beautiful. You have and there were 2 people. Or the volume was supposed to be at 5. One of them went to 4, the other one went to 6. Or probably talking about it's not that important. Or but with certain things it was important enough for them they received a judgment. Verse 2. And there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. All right, so they doesn't really like go into like detail as far as what and how, or what they did, or all right, but there was definitely a certain procedure, or that they didn't follow, or just like Moses and Aaron, or they probably like it might have been an ongoing thing, just talking about, well, whatever, Dad, I got this. All right, but then the Lord got them in return. So what definitely did transpired is that or they deviated somehow from the way this procedure was supposed to be done. Or and when we're out on the highways and byways, and we're doing lessons, or we're spiritually in a tabernacle, we're spiritually or making that offering. All right, we're doing the Lord's work. And as far as like the Lord's work, there's a certain procedure, or that needs to be done. Or and we learn that through counsel, instruction, or just having people over us. All right, but all right, this is just this is an example that should strike fear and humility right into you. All right, so let's skip to verse 4. All right, and Moses called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, or the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. All right, so it's kind of like that scene if you ever see just like in any of those like movies, one example, like it's one like old kung fu flick, called like The Flying Guillotine. All right, and in the scene of the movie, there's this sequence where they have this like fighting tournament, or and it was pretty much like it's like to the death and shit. All right, but whoever would get like laid out, they just they'd have like the two people, or you even see those cartoons, with the two guys, with like that stretcher or whatever. They come up, they lift them out, they get them out of the way. They just get them out of there, and then continue on with what was going on. All right, and then and then they get replaced, which is another scary thing. All right. All right, verse 5. So they went near, all right, and carried them, all right, in their coats out of the camps. And Moses had said, as Moses had said. And Moses said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar, all right, his sons, uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which the Lord hath kindled. All right. All right. So just basically, and then he was just going, like he had to go over, like the process again. All right. He was basically, he was basically saying, like that was the judgment of the Lord. Just deal with it. All right. So that's just just wanted to bring that out. Like just especially. Are you new Akim? Are you Akim? Just coming in. All right, you might be still in the process of counting the costs. Or and if you do decide that this is something you want to do as far as the office of a prophet, that's a beautiful thing. All right, but remember, all right, you always have it. It's very important that we illustrate to you like the gravity of what you're involved in, just like not only like the tribulation, like everything you have to endure, but as far as how the Lord wants things done, or and then and then certain examples of or just like judgments that went down, or in some way somehow things were done as far as like to the Lord's approval. All right, because the scariest thing about, because when I first started like dealing with the scriptures, or the first thing the first 5 books I read were like the first 5 books. I was just like reading it lightweight like a Harlequin novel and all that, but I was just like one thing, just like damn. All right, it's like it was always like and so got put to death because the Lord wanted him to be put to. Wow. I was like, wow, like the Heavenly Father isn't playing any games, basically. All right. All right. So just basically, just this is something of great gravity. But but with that, once again, shalom. All right, double honors to the apostles of our great millstone. Or shalom to all the sincere Akim. All right. All right, take this thing, take this thing seriously.